Floss Tube, Floss Tube, Floss Tube, Floss Tube. Hi. Monday night, which means three things. My house is kind of empty. Monday Night Football's on my TV. And I'm going to floss tube. Welcome back again. Dear God, 5. We made it to 5. And you're still coming back. Not totally sure why, but I'll accept it. I like it. I'm a big fan. Douglas, whose head got cut off today, he's here. And as you can now see, he has things, all the things. We went full Griswold this weekend. The outside and pretty much this corner. That's literally it. This is my tree decorated by a bunch of small children who I forced into coordinating pajamas to do it and took pictures. They're pissed. It was great. So yeah. I don't have a ton this week. I feel like for 5 weeks in, I shouldn't really have a routine or a lot to say or whatever, but I feel like I don't have a ton this week. Doesn't mean I'm not going to talk for a half an hour. We've all learned this. So first, a Christmassy update. Oh, I got a wild hair. I got it. Sorry. Last week, I talked about that giant spool of ribbon and my husband's YouTube tutorials that he found to make Christmas bows. We did it. They don't suck, but there are no extras, so they're all outside, tied to the posts on the railings. With the 7,000 lights, 2 reindeer, snowman, presents, and Santa. Because it wasn't kidding. Full Griswold. Whatever. He loves it. Not my jam, not my thing, but if the rest of my house wants to decorate, by all means. So, I don't have anything to show you, but if you go to my Instagram, NicStitches, I did take a picture of the bows, I think after I did 2. I took a picture and I posted it up there. So feel free to check that out and all the other things I like to ramble about on Instagram. I just want to say you're welcome. I had a video conference call at work today, which means I had to look like an adult with a bra on and things. I've mentioned before I work from home and I do conference calls a lot, but I never, ever have to do video calls. And I had one today and I came downstairs and legit still in my PJs. And I've had them on all day. And I came downstairs and I had a cardigan and makeup on. And my husband was like, what are you doing? And I was like, apparently someone wants to see me at work today. So yeah, so I enjoy it now, friends of Floss Tube, because I don't do it very often. So yeah. That was an update on my Christmas bows. I also want to say, holy shit. And thank you and welcome. I have 326 subscribers as of approximately 10 minutes ago. I don't even know what to do with that. This week, a huge thank you to Michelle Bendy Stitchy. She liked my, absolutely just burped. She likes my FFO finally effing overs. Seems to be a common theme. A lot of people seem to like that. And the irony is I don't FFO anything. I don't finally effing finish anything ever. It's apparently not my jam. Real good at making up acronyms though, so there's the acronym if you need it. But thank you, Michelle. I've had a ton of people this week and a whole bunch more comments, and I love talking to you guys, and it's so much fun. So that's amazing. Let's see. I made some notes again. Trying to follow them. Not sure if I will or not. So let's see. Last week was Black Friday. And I said I didn't need anything stitchy. And that was determined to be a lie. So I did go out. I did Black Friday shop all in with the crazy. I've learned over the years, I've been Black Friday shopping since 2009 maybe. 2010 was when I started going, going, the all night thing. And every year the deals get crabbier and crabbier, and it's just not really a thing anymore. People like a Cyber Monday. And don't get me wrong, I shopped today too, but I miss it. Like my best friend and I who came to town, we went together, like my favorite thing is getting in line at Target at 3 in the morning and like running in. Like when else do you have that opportunity? You don't. So we were hell-bent and determined to go all night long. We did, barely. So we started at like 9 p.m. And we did like Walmart and Kohl's and all that stuff. So the only stores that were open 24 hours were Kohl's, Walmart. There was another one. Don't even know what it was. Oh, Old Navy. That was it. They were the only ones open all night. So we went to Walmart first because I had to get some trashy yard decorations. And then we did a Walmart, Kohl's, Old Navy. And then we drove across town and went to a different Kohl's, Old Navy. God, I said Walmart. Rewind it. The stores that were 24 hours. So yeah, I went to 2 different Kohl's and 2 Old Navies. Yeah. And I tried to go to Joann's on Thursday night because I really thought they were open. And they didn't open until 7. But we made it. So we went all night. We made it until 5. I think it was about 5 o'clock. We went to the Waffle House. Ironically, we went to 2 of those as well because the first one we went to has been knocked down. And obviously it's not somewhere I frequent, so I didn't really know. Why would I know that? So we ended up at 2 Waffle Houses, and the second one we ate and like drank our coffee and got our plan resituated and did things. To be clear, as much as I love Black Friday and I'm a junkie and I will continue to do it as long as it exists, I'm not like fighting for TVs here. Fight you for sheets. This year I went for an Instapot. What else did I get? Like stuff for the kids, like small things. Like honestly, I don't go because the deals are amazing. I go because I have fun. And I would like to say, as someone who worked in retail for a very, very long time, I paid my dues. I worked Black Friday. I had to get to the Gap at 2 a.m. when I was like 19 years old. So screw all of you. I paid my dues. I am allowed to shop. Don't feel bad at all. So yeah, we did it. And then I finally did make it to Joann's and Michael's and AC Moore in the morning when they all opened. So like I said, I was with my best friend and I had a list. I feel like I constantly just have a floss list of like things I need. So we went, and I've been telling her like all night, I want to go to the craft store. I want whatever. She found the AC Moore in my town. I didn't even know we had one. It's crap, by the way. Like I was super underwhelmed by our AC Moore. So I ended up at Joann's, and once again, I got all the floss. And like we get into the cross stitch, like we go in, and she wanted stuff. She crickets. So we call it silhouette cricket, whatever. She does the thing. And so like we go in and we go to the cross stitch aisle, and I start like pulling numbers as DMC, and she's like, "You want friendship bracelet thread?" She's like, "My 12-year-old's got a bunch of it. I could have just brought you some." And I was like, "You have no idea." Can't try and explain it. Didn't bother to try and explain it. But yeah, so I bought a whole bunch of floss. And that was on Black Friday. And I think that was the only thing I bought on actual Friday. And then, I don't know, maybe 2 days ago, I bought this. I'm so excited. It's by Bieber Design on Etsy. Etsy.com/shop/Bieber, like Justin. Bieber Design SF. And it's called Christmas Vacation. And it says, when Santa squeezes his fat white ass down that chimney tonight, he's going to find the jolliest bunch of assholes this side of the nut house. Clark Griswold. Like the whole thing. And it's huge. What does it say? On 18, 1/1 on 18, this sucker is 14 by 20. But it's one color. Somebody whose name I sure did not write down, so thanks if you're watching, was doing this on Instagram, and I saw it, and I was like, yep, I need it, and I need it right now. So I hunted that down. I'm not going to work on it right now. Maybe this summer or springtime. I do want to do another, what do we call this? Monotone, monochromatic, whatever. One color. She's doing it in a variegated thread that's like a reddish and black, and it looked really cool. So I'm debating. I'm also considering finding some like swanky green fabric and using just white. I got time because I'm not on time for anything. So I got this. I also, so remember that video, like that first video of mine, you know, 4 whole videos ago, where I said I prefer PDFs and I'm not buying patterns and blah, 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 blah. I'm full of shit. I am. So I was on Instagram. That's where I spent a lot of time. And was looking, I don't know, I was just trolling. Honestly, I think I just hit a hashtag and was like scrolling to see what I could find. And this pattern came up by Historical Samplers. It was stupid gorgeous. And I was like, I need it. So I went online, like had totally convinced myself I need it. I want to do it. It's really, really pretty. Went to the website, found it, no PDF option. And I was like, but I really like it. Yeah, I'll just buy it. And then I realized it's overseas. Oh well, apparently I'd already talked myself into it. So I paid international shipping. I don't have it yet because it's shipping here from the freaking UK. But I'm really excited. I posted on Instagram about that as well. And I reposted the picture that I saw of the sampler that they had already completed. And I tagged the company, the Historical Sampler Company. And then I like made a comment about how I lied to everybody because I said I only wanted PDFs, and here I am like paying international shipping. And they commented and they were like, we're trying to get PDFs, we're working on it. And I was like, oh, I'm such a bitch. Shit. Sorry. I love you guys. Their stuff is gorgeous. Honestly, I think I've mentioned before, like I'm not a huge fan of traditional samplers. Like, I guess I don't fully understand why you hang the alphabet places. I understand where samplers come from. Okay. Once upon a time, that was the thing you did to showcase your skills so you could like earn a husband for a goat or whatever you did back then. But I have no use for them. There are a bajillion fun patterns out there. So I like to look at them, but I have no interest in stitching one. And I don't know why this one qualifies as a sampler. And maybe it doesn't. Maybe just the company's name is Historical Sampler, which is quite possible. So I don't know. But I did order that. It'll be here one day. I don't know how long it takes to get stuff from the UK. I don't typically make a habit of international shipping. My husband would kill me. He tolerates my shopping online, but like Prime shopping, not international. So, oh well. And then last night, Goose she posted a thing on Instagram that all the bags in her shop were $20. And I don't have any project bags, and I think they're freaking adorable and could totally use one. Like I get the purpose and see the use now that I have 900 whips happening. But dude, they're expensive. Like real expensive. Like one of them out there, one of the swanky ones with a little handle and shit, it's $50. Nope. Can't do it. So she said all hers were 20, and I got so excited. And then I ended up picking one that wasn't ready to ship anyways. I picked one of the ones that she has to make, the NFL one. I'm so excited. I'm such a nerd. I'm okay with it. So yeah, I got the NFL project bag, and it said like 2 to 3 weeks. And I'm sure with it being like 2 weeks before Christmas, it's not. It's like 3.5 weeks before Christmas. Either way, like I'm sure she's busy. So who knows when it'll show up. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to use it for my Detroit Lions whip that I showed you guys a couple weeks ago that I haven't touched since then. That is probably going to take me years. I don't know how I'm ever going to finish it. Like it's nuts. So I'm going to put it in there. I'm real excited though. I'm sure my husband's gonna be like, the hell is that? Nothing at all. So football update for everybody wondering. It is the Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks, and they are tied at 7. I don't have a dog in this fight. Don't care. Playing Kirk Cousins is my fantasy quarterback, but this is the last week of fantasy before fantasy playoffs for any of my fellow fantasy football fans, of which I have a feeling there are not many, but that's okay. But I'm about to lose. in both. I'm in 2 leagues. I co-opted my husband's spot in his family league. So it's like me and like my husband's cousins. It's great. And then I'm in a league through my office. I'm not good at fantasy football, like not even a little, but I enjoy it and I have a lot of fun. But I am about to lose tonight in big, spectacular, glorious fashion in both leagues, and I'm out, and that's it. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. Football's only on for a couple more weeks. I mean, I will keep filming, of course. My floss tubing is not dependent on the NFL, but what am I gonna talk about? Friends reruns, probably, because that's how I roll. So yeah. So I think that's all I bought. I tried not to buy much. Like I said, I was trying to finish Christmas shopping for all of my children's, and yeah, I think I'm done with them. I stood in line. Can I tell you one more Black Friday story? God, I feel like I'm not talking about stitching very much, but that's okay. So we decided when we were at the Waffle House planning our day that we only had one shot as far as like standing in a line, like doors open in a line, waiting in the cold with the crazy people. Because all the stores open at the same time, because everything, like, whereas things used to stay open all night, or they'd open in the middle of the night, now they're open Thanksgiving until like 12 or 1, and then everything closes and reopens at 6 or 7. So we couldn't go to multiple stores. We just kind of had to roll with whatever happened. So we decided, after going through all of the ads, we decided to go to, what's it called? Academy Sports. So I've driven by this place for 2 years. I thought it was like an indoor soccer place, like where you take kids. It's not. It's kind of like a redneckier version of Dick's Sporting Goods. I had no idea. My girlfriend like busted out the ad at Waffle House and was like, check out the shoes. And I was like, yeah. So they had sneakers on sale, and I am that mom. Like, all of my kids will not stop growing. So everybody got brand new sneakers for Christmas. $20 a pair. They all have big feet. They're older. I think I mentioned they're 8, and 11. So like, they're big, they're growing. The girl child is in women's sizes. Like, I can't afford all those shoes. So yeah, so we decided to get in line at Academy Sports to get a good deal on shoes. I also got them all zip up Adidas track jackets. Almost bought myself one, but I didn't. So we're in line and we're debating, like, we're kind of scanning the crowd, like, who's here because you guys got name brand kid shoes for $20, and who's here for bullets for your gun? And I'm completely delirious, and I hadn't slept all night, and I'm like causing a scene in a polite way. To be clear, I live in the South. I know I stand out in the South, so like, I'm all right. But yeah, like, we had a freaking blast. And then the doors opened, and guys, none of the women, but the guys that were in line, like, straight up started running, and we were dying, like, keeled over laughing. We like stroll on over to the shoe department. There's like one other person there doing what we're doing, and I was like, yeah, score, found them all. So we leave. We were there quick. Like, I knew exactly what I wanted. We were in, we got in line, we left, and as we were leaving, I shit you not, 3 pickup trucks loading gun safes. And I was like, well, that must have been what all those lovely gentlemen in Realtree camo were waiting on. Gun safes. Keep them safe, whatever floats your boat. So yeah, I think that's my last Black Friday story. Maybe. I had such a good time. I don't think I can explain to you guys, like, this is my jam. One day a year. I love it. So on to whips. Back to cross stitch. That's what Floss Tube's all about. So I worked on this feminist cross stitch book, which I've mentioned before, and I love it. And I'm working on this that will eventually say male tears. With none of the called for colors. And I learned when I picked it back up that I added an extra stitch at the very top. So all the sides were 1 stitch off. And I was like, fuck. Of course I screwed it up, but whatever. So I'm adjusting as I go. And all of my colors that I made up on my own. And I want to get back to that topic But I'm gonna show you my other stuff first, because some of you are gonna be like, bitch, show me what you're doing. That's the only reason I'm here. So, and then I've got this one is the Tiny Modernist Christmas calendar. Trucking along, ladies and gentlemen. Here, let me do this. There you go. Last time you saw it, it only had half an M. It did not have the rest of this. This dumbass house was not done because it is taken forever. Now I'm working on these little guys down here. And then I have this. I'm almost halfway. My goal was to finish by the 1st of December, which was yesterday. So hopefully I finish by the end of December. If not, I do still really enjoy it. Those of you that follow my Instagram, I'm not thrilled. Let me see if I can make it. There you go. So like this white just doesn't show up super well on here. Oh, this light, it just keeps catching it. So I backstitched it in green to see if it made it stand out. I didn't love it. I was super like, am I being a pain in the ass or is it okay? So I went on Instagram and I asked you guys, and a whole bunch of people commented. So thank you all for commenting. Very few people were like, yeah, leave it. Most people were like, I'd try something else. So yeah, I ripped it out. I still don't know what I'm gonna do. Part of me thinks I might not do anything. I figure once I wash this and stick it in a frame, because we all know that's all I'm gonna do to it. I don't know that it'll matter. I just don't, I don't know that I don't hate backstitching like some of you do. Some of you are super anti-backstitching. I'm not, but I don't know that I want to set myself up for that. So I may just leave it. Yeah. So that's my Christmas calendar. We're getting there. We're getting somewhere. And then last one for this week that I finally started. Finally, like I've had it forever. I have not. I've been super crazy impatient. Is, I don't even know which way she goes. This. That, my lovelies, is the beginning of the Queen of Hearts. And I love her. So let me tell you a little story. So I ordered this fabric from, where did I buy stuff? Was it 1-2-3 Stitch? A couple weeks ago I mentioned it when I bought some stuff, some patterns and stuff. I bought this for this project. And it was sitting, so I had the pattern and I had the fabric. And one night I was feeling feisty and I was like, oh, I want to start it. Oh, I want to start it right now. So I'm like, I wonder if I have any of the called for colors like already in the box. I got a lot of floss these days. So I go through the box. I have 2 boxes that are actually like on the bobbins and put away, and they're not really in order, but they're all in there. And then I've got another like shit show box. It's really more like a bag full of floss that has not been put on bobbins, and the box is mostly empty. So I go through all of it twice. And I cannot find any of the main called for colors. And I was like, dude, that sucks. And I was like, I really want to start this. It's a short list, 6, 7 colors maybe. So I went up to Joann's and bought all the colors, came home, decided to start this one in the middle because honestly, I wasn't certain if I was going to be playing border chicken or not. So start in the middle, and the first color it calls for is that red. Come on, do the thing. There you go. It's that red right there. And again, I looked through my floss twice, never found it, and went to start the pattern. I'll be damned, not only did I have it, I have 2 bobbin skeins of it in the effing box. It's 8/17. I have all the 8/17 because it's Christmas time and I like the red. And I was like, Jesus Christ, Nicole, you're such an idiot. Like I had my self-deprecating moment of the day that I was like, I sat on this pattern for like 3 days because I didn't have what I needed to start it. And lo and behold, I sure damn did. I just couldn't freaking find it because I'm a disorganized train wreck. but I found it and I started it. I also wanted to say, I guess I didn't quite realize how much of this pattern is stitched with that devil's butt floss stuff. Not the pretty étoile one, the horrible one. Oh, hell, I don't know what it's called. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's really hard to stitch with. And it's not like, I knew it was in there. Obviously, I saw the floss list, but for some reason, I thought it was just a couple like accents. Nope. No, it's not. Like entire big chunks. So that sucks, but doing it anyways because I want to. I also want to know, I am really, really attempting to use all the call for colors for this. Oh, and this is Queen of Hearts Owl Forest embroidery. So yeah, I'm really gonna try and use all the call for colors. So that brings me to my next topic, which is not a whip, and it's not anything I bought, but I guess it is technically related to things that I buy. So I'm in 749 Facebook groups for cross stitch, which obviously I did by choice because I'm a grown-ass woman. And I love them. I love looking for inspiration, and obviously like I see stuff I love and I get really excited about it, patterns and ideas and whatever. However, ladies and gentlemen, although you are few and far between, welcome to the conversation. I'm gonna be everybody's mother for a minute. I see so many people who are just like scared to switch a floss color, or people who are like hell-bent and determined to stitch everything on like fancy fabric that you get online. Or I've seen quite a few people who comment or make posts and they're just like, I don't understand how you guys afford all of this and da 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 da. And on the flip side, people who are just adamant that they want these like full, ruffly, fluffy finishes, not even because they love them, because they feel like that's what you're supposed to do. So let me have my moment with all of you in my phone on Floss Tube. Dude, this is art. You can do anything you want. Period. End of discussion. Like, don't succumb to the peer pressure of the cool kids, which some of you might be laughing at me, and some of you are like, they exist. It's a thing. Like, I'm telling you, I have no beef with anybody. To be clear, you like your ass a giant ruffle and a giant bow around your finished cross stitch, do it. Do not feel like you have to do that. You are just, like, your work is just as good if you toss that shit in a $3 frame from Target. Know that. Likewise, if you only ever stitch on 14 count Aida with DMC thread, good for you. It's okay. Like, I've started seeing people like they feel like they're not worthy, or their work isn't as good. And I just want to be like, I need to shake all of you. Like, no, don't do that. Like, I am so impressed by so many things that I see. I don't care what you stitched it on. I don't care if you're working on $3 Aida or $37 hand-dyed linen. It really doesn't matter. Now, if you love it and you want to save your pennies up and buy the nice, shiny, fancy stuff, dude, do it. Obviously, I like buying things, and there are some things I will spend money on, like international shipping, apparently. But don't ever feel like you're any less because of it. I also want to say, there are no rules. I'm not sure if we have forgotten, barring maybe some like weird, super conservative, probably doesn't watch the internet group of people. I don't believe we teach young girls how to like embroider samplers to become good wives anymore. Like, that's not a thing. Obviously, teach your kids. I've taught my stepdaughter, like, do the things, but we don't do it because it's a life skill. Like, We're not grading children on their sampler capabilities anymore. Thank God. I'd have failed that class. The back of your work can be a shit show. You don't want to do a French knot? Stick a bead on there. You don't want to do that? Make a teeny little X in the middle. Doesn't matter. Saw one the other day. People were going back and forth about whether they stitch up and down, like if they start in the top left corner, if they stitch up and down, or left and right, or they kind of come out, and then every once in a while there's someone who's like, I start in the middle. Who cares? Whatever works for you is all that matters. And I want to stress that, and I want to say it out loud, and I wanted to say it to all of you, and I say it to myself in my head sometimes. Like sometimes I'm looking at stuff and I'm just like, oh my God, so-and-so has that pattern and I want it so bad. And I'm like, but what am I going to do with it? Now, I want to stitch it for my own like personal pleasure. Fantastic. If I want to finish it in a crazy way, fantastic. But please do it for yourself. Stop trying to impress a bunch of strangers on the internet. Like, most of us are never going to meet. FYI, you guys want to come to Raleigh and go to the bar, call me. But like, you're not going to meet most of these people in real life, and they're an amazing community and they're wonderful to talk to. And I am just having so much fun, but like, loosen up a little bit. Just live in the real world. It's totally cool. I still have only ever stitched with DMC I bought at Joann's. I have never bought any of the fancy shit or the silky shit. I'm sure one day I will. Haven't done it yet, really, because I don't understand why I would. That will change. Clearly, it only took me 5 weeks to stop going off about PDFs. But don't feel peer pressured into it. You are like Visco girls of the grown-up world. Do you know what a Visco girl is? You should Google it. It's pretty much what all of us were in the early 90s. It's fantastic. Scrunchies are awesome again. But sidetrack. So yeah, I just want to be everybody's mother, and I want to tell all of you, you are good enough. You can stitch free patterns from DMC. P.S. There's 7 pages of free patterns. And I don't mean 7 pieces of paper, 7 internet pages with like 20 patterns a page. 7 pages of free patterns. You can buy DMC for like 50, I don't know what it is, 59 cents. Find a coupon, 40 cents. And you can get Ada for under $5. And I know that for some people, like that $5 expense is like probably pushing it in your like personal arts and crafts budget, because not everybody has one. But you are just as good and just as worthy as everybody else. And I will mom all of you to death, because I do it to my kids. Partially because they're my kids and I am their mom, so it's my job. But like, I'm a big proponent, and I do this to people I work with, my staff. I have a fairly sizable staff at work, and I tell them the same thing. I do not accept self-deprecating. I don't want to ever hear like, my work's not good, I'm so stupid. Like, nope. This is a happy place, damn it. We're gonna keep it that way. But seriously, don't ever feel like you're less because you don't have all of that, or because you don't have a full china cabinet decorated to the nines with 57 finished cross-stitch pieces by the same artist. No one cares. They really don't. Live in the real world. We'll all be good. So, it's my little mini mom rant. Hope it encouraged some of you and you're not all rolling your eyes like, is she crazy? Yeah, so I love you. Look at that. And once again, I made it the 30 minutes, even though I didn't think I would. And once again, my children did not come down. And for the bonus points, my husband didn't call because he's out of town. And I really was like, he's going to call in the middle of this. And he didn't. What are we doing? We're looking at a commercial for the Packers and the Vikings remaining schedules. Nobody cares what the Packers are doing. Sorry, not my team. Oh, no, that's not the score. That's the number of plays. They're showing me all kinds of crap. Somebody's winning, I think. It's the end of the second. There's a minute left. We're inside the 2-minute warning. We're headed into halftime. Oh, God. It just keeps alternating. Well, looks like you don't get a score update tonight. So thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sending your friends and your other floss tubers and all of the things. This is lots and lots of fun. So planning to be here again next Monday. We'll see what happens. So have a marvelous week, everybody. Bye.